Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Dear students, today we will start a new chapter named Electrochemical Methods of Analysis. The first four lectures of this chapter includes the introduction of electrochemical methods. So let's start. What is electrochemistry? So electrochemistry is defined as the branch of chemistry that examines the phenomena resulting from combined chemical and electric effects. There are different types of processes including electrolytic processes and galvanic or voltaic processes. Electrolytic processes involves reactions in which chemical changes occur on the passage of an electric current, while in galvanic or voltaic processes chemical reactions that results in the production of electric energy. In introduction, we can say that electrochemistry is the branch of chemistry that concerns with the interaction of electric and chemical effects. A large part of this field deals with the study of chemical changes caused by the passage of electric current and the production of electric energy by chemical reactions. It is named electrochemistry because it originated from the study of movement of electrons in an oxidation and reduction reactions. Electrochemical methods are analytical techniques that use a measurement of potential, charge, or current to determine an analyte's concentration or to characterize an analyte's chemical reactivity. It is qualitative and quantitative method of analysis based on electrochemical phenomena occurring within a medium or at the phase boundary and related to changes in the structure, chemical composition, or concentration of the compound being analyzed. These methods are divided into five major groups named potentiometry, voltammetry, colorimetry, conductometry, and dielectrometry. Types of electrochemical techniques includes first one, bulk techniques, in which we measure a property of the solution in the electrochemical cell. An example is the measurement of a solution's conductivity, which is proportional to the total concentration of dissolved ions. Second one is interfacial techniques, in which the potential, charge, or current depends on the species present at the interface between an electrode and the solution in which it sits. An example is the determination of pH using a pH electrode. Despite the difference in instrumentation, all electrochemical techniques share several common features. First one, the electrode's potential determines the analyte's form at the electrode's surface. Second, the concentration of analyte at the electrode's surface may not be the same as its concentration in bulk solution. Third one is current is the measure of the rate of the analyte's oxidation or reduction. And fourth, we cannot simultaneously control current and potential. Interfacial electrochemical techniques. The interfacial electrochemical techniques is divided into static techniques and dynamic techniques. Static techniques are those in which the current is not passed through the analyte's solution. Potentiometry, in which we measure the potential of an electrochemical cell under static conditions, in which one of the most important quantitative electrochemical method. Dynamic techniques, in which we allow current to flow through the analyte's solution. It comprises the largest group of interfacial electrochemical techniques such as coulometry, in which we measure current as a function of time, amperometry, and voltammetry, in which we measure current as a function of a fixed or variable potential. Interfacial electrochemical technique tree has been shown here, in which we can see that it is divided into static techniques, for example potentiometry, and dynamic techniques, which are further divided into controlled potential and control current. Control current is further divided into control current coulometry, while control potential is further divided into variable potential and fixed potential. Fixed potential has two types, amperometry and controlled potential coulometry, while variable potential are further divided into state solution and quiescent solution. State solution are hydrodynamic voltammetry types, while quiescent solutions includes linear potential, pulse potential, and cyclic potential. Controlling and measuring current and potential. We cannot simultaneously control both current and potential. If we choose to control the potential, then we must accept the resulting current, and we must accept the resulting potential if we choose to control the current. The second electrode, which we call the counter electrode, completes the electric circuit and provides a reference potential against which we measure the working electrode's potential. Ideally, the counter electrode's potential remain constant so that we can assign to the working electrode any change in the overall cell potential. Electrochemical measurements are made in an electrochemical cell consisting of two or more electrodes and the electronic circuit for controlling and measuring the current and the potential. The simplest electrochemical cell uses two electrodes. The potential of one electrode is sensitive to the analyte's concentration and is called the working electrode or the indicator electrode. If the counter electrode's potential is not constant, we replace it with two electrodes, a reference electrode whose potential remains constant and an auxiliary electrode that completes the electrical circuit. Because we cannot simultaneously control the current and the potential, there are only three basic experimental designs. Number one is the measure the potential when the current is zero. Measure the potential while controlling the measure the potential while controlling the current. Measure the current while controlling the potential. Each of these experimental designs relies on Ohm's law, which states that a current passing through an electric circuit of resistance R generates a potential E. Each of these experimental designs use a different type of instrument. Types of electrochemical methods. Potentiometry method. It measures the potential of a solution between two electrodes. The potential is then related to the concentration of one or more analytes. The cell structure used is often referred to as an electrode when through actually contains two electrodes, an indicator electrode and a reference electrode. Potentiometry usually uses electrodes made selectively sensitive to the ion of interest, such as a fluoride selective electrode. The most common potentiometric electrode is the glass membrane electrode used in the pH meter. Voltammetry method. It is based on the applies a constant and or varying potential at an electrode surface and measures the resulting current with a three electrode system. Voltammetry, with its variety of methods, constitutes the largest group of electrochemical methods of analysis and is commonly used for the determination of compounds in solution. For example, polarography and amperometry. Colorimetric methods or colorimetry methods based on the measurement of the amount of material deposited on an electrode in the course of an electrochemical reaction in accordance with Faraday's law. A distinction is made between colorimetry at constant potential and colorimetry at constant current. Colorimetry uses applied current or potential to completely convert an analyte from one oxidation state to another. In these experiments, the total current passed is measured directly or indirectly to determine the number of electrons passed. Knowing the number of electrons passed can indicate the concentration of the analyte, or when the concentration is known, the number of electrons transferred in the redox reaction. Conductometry method, in which the electrical conductivity of electrolytes, aqueous and non-aqueous solutions, colloidal systems and solids is measured. It is based on the change in the concentration of a compound or the chemical composition of a medium in the inter-electrode space. This is the end of electrochemical methods introduction part 1. Thank you so much.